Hey everyone, it's Anna. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for visiting. Welcome to July. My goodness, where did June go? I slept through a good portion of June, but holy moly, I cannot believe it's already July. But I'm coming on today to announce that Nancy, the Handy Scandy here on YouTube and on Instagram, she is going to be hosting a hashtag for us all for the remainder of the year and maybe even into next year. But it is hashtag for the love of snowmen. And snowmen are actually one of my absolute favorite things to use to make cards. They're one of my favorite things to draw and to paint. And so when Nancy said that she would be interested in hosting the hashtag for the love of snowmen for the remainder of the year before the holidays, I thought, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Nancy. I have got to get on board and support this. So let's take a look at some snowman projects, shall we? So I have a whole stack of cards and tags here that I've pulled just from 3 bins here in my room. And I think this year, everybody that I know is going to get a snowman project for the holidays. So, because what's not to love about snowmen? So let's go ahead and get started. This is a teetery stack of projects here. So let's go ahead and get started. These are probably things that you've seen if you've seen some of my other project shares, but I think it's always fun to look at them again and what is not to love about snowman and tags. So look at this cutie. This is a tag that I made using one of my stamps from Whippersnapper, and I do believe it's just called Snowman Tag. But you can find it on the Whippersnapper website at whippersnapperdesigns.com. I used to illustrate for them for years and years and years, and so many of my stamps are still available at their site. So this is one of the tags, and I also used some plaid papers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. So that is a cute and quick little gift tag to make using a snowman. Oh, and here's my gnome no peeking one as well. Those got snuck in here, but wanted to for sure feature the snowman tag. So be sure to check out Nancy's channel as well. She has a video up announcing the hashtag that she's hosting. And so be sure to check that out as well. And if you want to share projects here on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook, just use the hashtag for the love of snowmen, and we'll be able to pop around and see all your wonderful shares. So you know how hashtags work. This is one of my snowman from Whippersnapper Designs. This is an older snowman that I did for them, and it's probably called something like Rustic Snowman, maybe. I'm not sure. But I thought it looked really cute with that plaid paper in the background. This is one, oh gosh, I can't even remember who the illustrator of this particular snowman stamp is. But it's one that I have in my stash. I think it's called a Wizard Snowman, but I don't remember the company or the maker. But isn't he cute with his star-studded hat? So fun. And fun colors instead of your typical reds and greens. I threw in some purple in there, so I love that. Here is a Whippersnapper Designs stamp. And I'm not sure what the name of this one is. You just have to search their site for snowmen. They have lots and lots and lots of snowman images, but I thought this one was real cute. So I glittered this one up and made a fun card. And then this was an old Impression Obsession stamp, and actually I believe this one is also from the Serendipity stamp line, which was a line of images with Impression Obsession. And Frosty Greetings is from Amuse Art Stamps and has been in my stash for probably 25 years. But I love these sweet little snowman faces, and I glittered up their hats, so they're super, super sparkly. But I think those are real cute. And then this is one of the Tim Holtz sets from a stamp, Simon Says stamp release for Stamptember. This might have been 3 years ago now, maybe, this snowman. But I really like the distressed look of this particular card where I've torn the edges of the paper here and let some additional paper show in through the background. I've torn it up on the edge here as well, and then added the sentiment here, may your days be merry and bright. And I love this little pothead snowman. This stamp is from Penny Black, and this is a big card. This card measures almost 5 inches by 6 inches, so that is quite the large image that basically fills that whole card panel. And just an old Penny Black stamp in my stash. And I really love this green twill ribbon. This was some ribbon that was from Joann years ago, and it's one of those ribbons where you kick yourself at why did I only buy one roll. So, but fun card, and this card is colored with alcohol markers. This is one of my Whippersnapper Designs sets, clear mount sets, and it's a coffee cup, and then it has different images that you can use to decorate the sleeve of the coffee. And so I really love the little snowman in that set. Wishing you a season filled with caffeine. So, and this paper here, I believe, is from my Sweetheart collection with the hearts on it. So, oh, what's this? Tags. So that's the back. And I use little snowman on the back too. So again, this set is from Whippersnapper Designs. And then this stamp is from Impression Obsession. And again, it was one of the Serendipity Stamps images. And I love this snowman decorating the tree for Christmas. This one is also colored with alcohol markers. And I added a bit of Stickles glitter for sparkle in the snow. So, real cute. And this particular card was made using Jill's Snow Angel, and this is from Peachy Keen Stamps, and of course our favorite Jill Norwood and her illustrations. And then I added some of my own stamps to the background as well. There's my geometric clover from Whippersnapper Designs, and then this is a postage stamp that I have in my stash. I think it's from Inkadinkadoo maybe, but I love this little snow gal from Jill. And again, that one's from Peachy Keen Stamps. And that stamp set, I believe, is on sale right now. I think I checked the website just a couple nights ago, and I saw that it was on sale. This is my, I think it's called Joy Snowman that I did for Whippersnapper Designs. And one of my favorites, I love the rustic tag on the snowman that says Joy. And of course, you know, the stars coming off of his hat, one of my favorite things to do and to incorporate into my images are stars. And then I used all different kinds of ledgers and postmarks, little tags and stamps like that on this card as well. And then this was one of my Impression Obsession dies, this wreath here, as well as the Crazy Stitched circle set as well. But I think that fun rustic card is real cute. And this stamp is from Unity, and this was a gift from one of my subscribers here on the channel. So thank you again so much for that stamp. It says, "May the love of the season warm your heart." And I also paired it with my Heart Gingham paper collection. So that's the beautiful chartreuse paper in the background there with that cute gingham heart design. But that is a Unity snowman stamp. And then I still have all of my Cozy Wishes samples here and my Charming samples as well. So I thought I would share these two. Cozy Wishes and Charming are also still available on my shop. So if you didn't pick this set up, now would be a great time to do it and get ready for the holiday season that's upcoming. So this is Cozy Wishes, and he's painted in browns. And of course, most of my cards have a real fine sparkle to them, so this one is no different and looks really, really cute. I love Cozy Wishes' snowman's face. So that's that card. And then I think this paper is also from my Sweetheart paper collection as well. And then another Cozy Wishes stamp. This one is done in greens and teal. And that pretty aqua-colored teal scarf. And it looks like I also used a clear gel pen to outline the stamp lines. So it looks like it's actually embossed. So that's a fun snowman card. And then here's a tag using Cozy Wishes. And this was one of my Impression Obsession tags as well, which unfortunately is no longer available. But if you have it in your stash, or if you have a similar tag size, of course, pull that out and make lots of cute tags for the holiday season using your snowman stamps. And I used a bulb pin up here at the top and a cute little rusty jingle bell. And on the back, I stamped to and from. And then here's another Cozy Wishes. This one is in a bright pink hat. And the background paper, I used one of the stamps in the set that is the holly with the button, and I used it to stamp an all-over pattern to make my own pattern paper in the background. So this card is also watercolored. And then here's another one that is colored with colored pencils and alcohol markers on craft paper. So that's a little bit different. Rather than white paper or watercolor paper, I pulled out a little bit of craft paper, and I think that's really fun to use in the wintertime because you can make really nice white highlights using colored pencil on craft paper. So I think this card turned out real cute. And this paper here is my Worn Dots paper collection. And here's another Cozy Wishes snowman, and she's all done up in taupe and craft and has some pretty olive buttons to match the olive holly in her hat. So that one is real cute. See, like I said, I think everybody I know is going to get a snowman card this year. This Cozy Wishes snowman is watercolored, and I used the snowflake stamp in the set to stamp on the background, and then I also used the border in the set to create my background paper as well. Kind of looks like a little sweater. And then a couple more Cozy Wishes cards. This one's done in purples, and I used that clear jelly roll pen to put some polka dots on the hat and outline all the stamp lines so it makes it look like it's embossed. But I love this guy in purples. And again, that heart gingham paper looks so cute with the snowman images. And then this one might be my favorite. I love the colors of this particular card. I love the layout. This is one of my favorite layouts, just to add a little bit of pattern paper in the background, and then adding the sentiment tag like this to the side. And then, of course, a button with some strings. So I think this is probably one of my favorite card layouts. You make life better just by being you. So, and that sentiment might actually be from Raggedy Bunny instead of the Cozy Wishes set. So isn't that one's face so sweet? I love it. So that one is watercolored too. And then I also pulled out all my Charming samples. Charming is the set that I released in January, and he's wearing overalls. He's got great big buttons down his front. There's some stars for banners, snowflakes, a couple sentiments. I love snow, and then there's some longer sentiments here, and I really love this long button border here. So again, that set is called Charming. And I love these cards so much. So Charming is one of my absolute favorites. And you can see here on the background, I added that button line on my cardstock here. I think that looks real cute. I added the sentiment here in the background just for a little bit of visual interest. And then, of course, Charming is stamped on watercolor paper. There's a Frosty Friends Make Winter Warm sentiment from the set. And Frosty is, of course, watercolored, and I added some shimmery gold watercolor to his suspenders, to the button on his breeches, and on his nose. So it's a fun card. And then here's another one using Charming. This one is actually colored with alcohol markers and then some additional details done with colored pencil. And again, you can see how I use that row of buttons here on the cardstock just to create kind of a background look. And he's got his little tats on his belly. This is the really teeny tiny poem sentiment that's in the set. And it's not meant to be a sentiment that you read. It's just one to use to create visual interest like this. And then here he is again, Frosty Friends Make Winter Warm. And this time I used my distressed snowflake paper and, which is a sneak peek for July. So stay tuned for that. But also he is done up in olives and gray, and I just love the sparkly watercolor splatter that I added to this card that you can see there. I love that kind of element. And then, of course, my favorite element here, the cotton ribbon with the little shell button. So you can tell this card is one of my faves. And then here is Charming on a tag. I couldn't let him be without a tag as well. And this is also one of my no longer available Impression Obsession tag dies, but my favorite. And I love the color of the pants on this guy. There you can see the snowflakes from the set in the background. And then on the back, a charming snowman to melt your heart. And I use the buttons there on the outside edge of that tag. And then here he is again. Again, this is one of my favorite card layouts. I love adding just the little strips of paper here on the back. And I love snow. And he is watercolored. And I really love the color of his breeches as well. that green and slightly blue color mixed with a little bit of walnut ink. So I love that particular card. And then here is Charming, again with some tats on his belly and a little bit of interest on his pants and his scarf, using that little tiny poem that's in the set. And then this one I actually added the little stars to hang from his hand. And then here's the cotton lace over here with another fun little shell button. And then on the background here, I stamped the button row completely over the whole background, and that gave it a neat background paper effect. So there's that card. And here he is in a red scarf, and he has gold suspenders and gold on his nose. So I love that. And then a couple more here to share with you. Here's another one, Charming, I Love Snow. And you can see that poem used in the background just for some interest, plus the snowflakes. And then this Charming image is colored with alcohol markers and then color pencil used to add detail. And then finally, this guy, he is watercolored, and I love him done up all in browns. And then, of course, I used a little bit of cotton lace and a cute little wooden snowflake for the button. So those are the snowman projects I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much, Nancy, for hosting the hashtag For the Love of Snowmen for us to be inspired and upload all of our snowman projects. Sweet Miss Daisy Designs has a fun new release coming on July 5th. So be prepared for that. It's this coming Saturday, and there is going to be a fun surprise in there for us all. So stay tuned for that. And thank you again, Nancy, for hosting. I will put a link to Nancy's channel down below. Please go visit her channel, see the video that she's posted to introduce the snowman hashtag for us, and see the wonderful inspiration that she is sharing. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and get out your snowman stamps, girls. It is time. It's time to get stamping with snowmen. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.